like to start off with a picture. Okay. Title of my speech is It's Me or the Dog. Now, I thought about this and I thought about this, about what to say during my speech, and this was what I came up with. It's a great story. I want to tell you about two dogs that I have. First one is an absolutely adorable, lovely, sweet little border collie dog that we've named Dolly. All right. The second one is a little fat little hot dog, little conterminous type dog that's named Tilly. Tilly. All right, about 6 years ago, and let me tell you the story about how this Dachshund took over my house, and in turn, sort of took over my life. About 6 or 7 years ago, my wife Melinda decided she wanted to get a companion for my mother-in-law. Now, my mother-in-law had just retired from the bank, and my wife thought that she was going to be lonely and needed a companion. I love how stories like that work out. Okay? So my wife went to PetSmart during the rescue days and wanted to pick out a nice little lap dog that could sit in her lap and follow her around the house and stuff like that. And when she got up there, she saw this just adorable little Dachshund dog. Now, this Dachshund dog was malnutrition. She was getting better, but she was a little malnutritioned. She had just had 4 puppies, and all 4 of them died from not enough nutrition. She couldn't nurse them. And apparently she had been abused a little bit from whoever it was. So it was a no-brainer. So Melinda went and adopted this dog. And she brought her home, and you could count the ribs. I mean, it was just pathetic. Now, you can see she's greatly recovered from that. She has recovered well. But back then, she was just adorable and so pathetic, and everyone thought that, it was her. It was all about her. And I think, personally, that was part of her master plan. Now, the dog's name is Tilly, and she was supposed to be a Christmas present for my mother-in-law. We were 2 weeks out of Christmas. So my wife goes, we'll just keep her here and take care of her and give her to my mother when Christmas comes. Now, here's my thinking. We bring her home, stick her in a box, wrap it up, stick it under the tree, and let her unwrap it in 2 weeks. To say the least, my wife wasn't real thrilled about that. So, as all good plans go, she decided, my mother-in-law, Joyce, decided she was going to start traveling. And she couldn't take a dog with her. So unfortunately, we ended up getting stuck with her. 2 weeks into it, my wife had gotten quite attached to the dog. Quite attached, I should say. Being the man of the house, I thought that Tilly would mind, like my other dog, whatever I said goes, right? Yeah, that didn't happen. This dog was more of a chicken dog. She was scared of everything. And here's what happened. I would be in the living room and say something to her. She'd look up at me and run into the bedroom for my wife. My wife would come out and say, "What'd you do to the dog?" I didn't do anything. Nothing. I didn't touch her. So she became a little chicken dog. And she would come out every time and say, "Stop scaring the dog." And I keep saying, "Huh? I didn't do a thing to her." Second problem is this little devil dog has a thimble-sized bladder. Every 5 minutes, she's heading to the door. All you have to do is look at the door, and she's wanting to go outside. So I'm up and down, up and down, up and down. And the problem is she's so scared of me that when I let her in, she won't come in because she's scared. So I gotta hide behind the door like that. Not like my other dog, who just absolutely loves me. So there was one place that she wasn't scared of anything. That was my recliner. Now let me tell you, this little dog would lay down in that recliner, and an earthquake couldn't move her. She wasn't scared of anything there. And unfortunately, I didn't get my recliner back. I still haven't to this day gotten my recliner back. And that was the one place that she was absolutely at peace. Now here I am, walking around the house, the dog being scared, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm finally getting to the point where I've had enough. Okay? I am tired of this. I'm in my own house. This dog is running my life. And so I finally turned to my wife. I said, I'm done. Okay? I'm paying for the house. I'm making the mortgage payments. I am buying the dog food this dog is eating. And by the looks of it, she's eating a lot of it. So, bottom line, it's me or the dog. And she said, I'm going to miss you. Miss Toastmaster.